that way you can get the link for it. And then that way, if there's something you're like, wait, what did she say? You can go back and listen to it. Because there are three main things I see anytime I do a reading for you. And I don't mention them all the time because I don't want to eat up the whole reading with like, hey, these things are, again.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they mean, or if you recognize, because two of them are places, or if you recognize them. And I will say that that was really interesting when I described that lady, and then you sent the picture of your arm. I was like, okay. So I want to know first, because she pops up a lot. Why did you get that tattoo?
So the whole reason is like when we first got here, my daughter and a friend we made out here, both their daughter, my daughter and her daughter were like in love with these dolls. They're just like little wooden dolls called Kokeshi dolls. And so we became best friends and we're like, oh, we should get matching tattoos, which was a terrible idea. Like I will never do that again. But
I understand.
Yeah, we got it, you know, because she moved back to the States, you know. So that's the main reason we got it. It was like, okay, this is something that like we connected over and we've exchanged these dolls kind of over the last, you know, 3 or 4 years. So it's just kind of like significant in that way. Yeah. And then everything else was just kind of like, as far as like colors and everything goes, just kind of like up to the artist. We were like, just do what looks good. Da, da, da. And so now I have this, and like actually I've been wanting to get it covered up. So like when you said that, and then I looked down at my arm and I was like, oh wait, hold on. I was like, maybe I'm supposed to have it. I don't know.
I was just curious, like, because and it's interesting to me too that that's what you end up with. That, I mean, almost match what I was describing. I've never seen your arm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen your arm. So, and it's like I could see her literally plain as day. And so when you sent that, I was like, all right then, because she literally pops up a lot, but as a real person, not as a doll, not as a figurine, not as even like, sometimes when I do mediumship reads or something like that, it's like I'm shown things, but I know it's not a person, if that makes sense. It's like just features or whatever. But when this lady shows up, she's a person. Like I can see all of her at once. I see the whole person of her.
Okay.
And she never says a word. She never even gives me a feeling. Like she's very stoic, but she's always in the same outfit. And she's always standing with her hands together like this in front of her, always. She never moves her hands. Like she doesn't, you know, sometimes I'll see people move their clothing or whatever. She doesn't. She's always standing with her hands in front of her. She's always wearing red. And so it coincides with these other two places I see.
Okay.
One of them, I think I described to you the last time I did a reading for you, and that it's always me walking down a sidewalk. And I would say that it has to be, sometimes I feel like it's a really old part of a town, but it's a newer place I'm walking by, because I'm walking down a sidewalk. I'm always on the left side of the road. Like if you were,
yeah,
doesn't help. Because when I see it, it's like, here's the road, there's a sidewalk here. And for some reason over here, I don't feel like there's a sidewalk. I feel like either the buildings or the fences come almost right up to the road, and maybe there's a little grass, maybe there's something, but there's not a sidewalk there. There may not even be anything there. I don't know. It feels like there's something there that's big.
Okay.
And up ahead, and I have this feeling I'm walking south, like that's what it feels like. But up ahead, it's like the road turns like that, really sharp to the right. But all of this down here, it's a hill, it's grass. And I have a feeling that it's probably either a foothill or the side of a mountain or something. because I don't see the top of it. You know, if it was just like a levee, I would see the sky. I don't. All I see is grass and then trees. But for some reason, like right where the road curves, there's one single fucking tree right here, like one tree. But here on this side, like I'm walking down the sidewalk, and it's like the sidewalk is concrete. There's no grass or weeds in between any of it. Like it stands out to me because it just seems weird. It's like pristine sidewalk, but I can tell it's old. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. But over here is there's a house or a building. I feel like it's a house because I feel like someone lives there. But the fence out here, it's a cinder block fence. I mean, it's very nice. It's very nicely put together, but it's like concrete. It's cinder blocks. And so as I'm walking down the sidewalk, it's like I come to this break that's, you know, a pathway going up, and there's two lanterns, like where the cinder blocks end for it to be, you know, the opening. There's like almost like a pillar comes out about that far from the rest of the fence. And at the top, there's two lanterns, one on each side. And in a way, they look more modern than they do old. So I have a feeling maybe this is like a reconstruction or something. But the house itself, the place, has a lot of really deep meaning. I almost feel like whatever it is that was there either was torn down or really remodeled, like really remodeled.
Yeah.
But it's so ornate. Like I never go down the path. I'm just standing there at the opening. And it's almost like I can't even move up to the opening. It's almost like I'm just doing this and kind of peeking around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
And so the path, it's beautiful. It in this little area, it's beautiful. Like there's these stones, this beautiful pathway goes straight to this a few, I want to say like 4 stairs, big long porch. So the porch itself is like a deep dark brown pillars, like just one single
Yeah.
wood beam pillars. It's beautiful. It's very ornate. Like there's lighting, there's stones, like it's very zen. Like I almost feel like if I walk in there, I would be out of reality, if that makes sense. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know where this place is, but this place, this building, this house, whatever, it's important. Like it's really important.
Oh.
So the last 3 times I've read you, every time I've started to read for you, I'm on that sidewalk, like peering in like this every fucking time. And it's the weirdest feeling. It's like, so sometimes there are different, I can't really call them a mediumship read because I'm not talking to a person, but it's like connecting with the place. So I don't know if it'd be, I don't know what you want to call it, vision or what, I don't know. But the
Yeah.
last 3 times I've been standing on the sidewalk, and it's like I take about 2 steps forward and then I'm leaning forward, like looking around the edge of that fence, that cinder block fence. The place is huge. So if it is a house, it's huge. It's
Okay.
huge. But
I don't.
and for some reason, like I lean forward and I look, and then when I step back, I notice that one tree over there, and I don't know the significance, but that whole place is really important. It's really important, and I don't understand. I don't understand, but it's not for me to understand. So that's like I wanted to be able to describe it in detail to you.
Yeah. Like ever since you started like mentioning it, is like you said, like each time it's like a little bit more detail, a little bit more detail, a little bit more detail. So I'm like trying to put pieces together. I've been like searching for, because they have like power spots here in Okinawa. I even talked to some of the locals that I work with. I'm like, hey, where are some good spots? And then I like Google it, and I'm like looking for something, an inkling of this is what it, of like, oh, maybe here, if I go here, maybe I'll find something. But like, I have no clue. I have no idea. But
I
yeah.
kind of have a feeling if you don't know it right off the bat and I describe it, I kind of have the feeling that it may be something you stumble on.
Yeah.
Maybe something you stumble on. But it's really interesting. It's just really interesting. because it's almost like I see a movie of it in my head every time, like a first person.
Mm-hmm.
So the other one, it's been a while since I've seen this other one, but I was seeing this one all the time. Now
Mm-hmm.
it's shifted to this.
Mm-hmm.
The other one I have a feeling is a place and not a place at the same time.
Okay.
And I'll explain that in a minute. Because the reason I say and not a place at the same time is because the path that I'm on goes like that, like literally curves up.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, that is not a place. But where I'm at until the path does that is a place.
Mm.
So it really caught my attention when you said there are power spots there.
Yeah.
Because this place is, I would say it has to be either in one of the forests or up maybe somewhere on a mountain or something. Because this one is more of a path, but I see the little Shinto lanterns. They're about this big, the little stone ones, and these are gray. Like they're this beautiful deep gray. And they're only on the right side of me as I'm walking down the path. And the path itself is almost white. So I don't know if it's white gravel or I don't know, because it's not concrete, it's not asphalt, you know what I mean? It's loose. So I assume it's gravel, but I don't know. But everything around me is super green, super green. But over here is, I don't know how to describe this place as the what it is because I only see the two pillars and part of the roof, but it is bright red, like fire engine red.
Have you seen that? So the torii gates are like, there are two pillars and it like swoops like this.
I mean, I'll describe it to you and you tell me if this is what that might be, because it has a thing here and a thing here, and they're both about this big around.
Yeah.
They're, I mean, bright fire engine red.
Yeah.
I can't see beyond it, and I can't really see. I feel like there's a step, but that's it. This is really ornate up here. Like it's really ornate at the top, and it's gold. It's like it's red, but it's painted or something. It's gold. It's not writing, but I keep doing this, but it's not writing.
Okay. Huh. I don't know. I'll have to look at some pictures because I know at the temples, like before you go in, they have, for the most part, what you described, and they're called torii gates, and they're bright, like red. And they're the two like really big pillars on either side, and then I don't know if it swoops or if it's like a housetop kind of thing. I'd have to look at the picture again. But before like any like sacred place here, like you have that torii gate, and that's like the entry point, of where their gods or their spirits or whoever, that's the way that they go. I just know like you have to stay on the side of the pathway because the middle is for the gods. So it makes me wonder if it's leading into one of those either power spots or a temple or something.
I don't know. I can't see beyond. So like I can see the pillars, and
Yeah.
I can see I swear it's almost like a step, but not, I don't know. And usually if you were looking down that, you'd see everything behind it, but it's black. Like I can't see anything behind it. It's just black. So I just take that as it's not for me to tell you, it's not for me to see, or it's something that you have to experience for yourself. But like I said, I haven't seen that one in a while. But it's always stuck with me because it's so vivid. And then seeing the path go like this, about 20 yards ahead of me, I'm like, that is not a thing. That is not a thing. But I don't know. But I do remember directly across from where this is, there's one of those little, I mean, it's maybe about that tall, maybe about 2 foot tall. I mean, and it sits right in the middle of where that path goes between those two pillars. It's literally right in the middle. like a
Okay.
little beacon, like a little runway light. It just sits across the road, the big part right here. So the whatever it is I'm describing, the bright red thing is right here, and then right in the middle of where that path goes sits that.
Okay.
And this is always lit. It's always lit. It's got 3 candles in it.
Okay. I don't know.
So that's why I was like, let me describe these things to you while I've got you on here. And that's also why I wanted to record this. So that way, you know, if you're like, I don't know what, you know, what this is or what that was, you can always go back and listen to it. Because it's really, really interesting. The colors are always crazy vivid too. Crazy vivid.
Are
Like
they,
go ahead.
is it like bright reds and purples and yellows and stuff like that? Or
So
is it like,
that second one I described, like that red is like the color of your blanket right there. Like it's super bright. The gold is super bright. It may be yellow. I don't know. It's really, really bright. The greens all around are extremely bright and vivid. I mean, it's almost like, you know, when you take a photo and then you do like the auto tune and all the colors are crazy bright. That's exactly what it looks like. Like the white pathway is super bright. The candles in this little thing are super yellow. The other place that the first one I talked about, the colors are really rich there too. So like when I peer like this and I'm looking this way, like the grass is just mega green and the lights are beautiful. I mean, it's
huh?
I don't know. But both places are extremely peaceful. And I feel like they're both very important. I feel like they're extremely important because I see them in such a vivid detail. Like I could literally draw every bit of it. I could draw down to the last stone when I'm peeking around the side. I could draw it down to the last stone on the pathway.
Oh, wow.
Because it's so clear. It's so clear.
Holy crap.
So.
every time, like this helps a lot because I'm like still trying, I'm like, okay, I can find it. But like you said, it's like, maybe it's just, I'm just going to stumble upon this someday. And if it's, I really hope it's here in Okinawa and not like in mainland because I have to take a plane to get there. But hey, who knows? So, oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that the lady, because I know the first time you described the lady, it wasn't the lady, it was like her kimono. And so it's like flat, like you said, it was like paper, like the paper dolls thing. And then there was another time, I think you described her as a doll or a toy or something. And that's where I was like, oh, tattoo, Kokoshi doll. But you said that she's more of a actual person,
Well,
right?
she's very still.
Okay.
Like she never moves. So like the last time when I read you and I saw her, it's like mainly I focused on her hair and whatever it is, the bands that they wear, I couldn't stop looking at them. You know how the geishas have the beautiful, you know, perfect hair, and then they have
Yeah.
these hers was like white and red. So it's like a band of white and then a band of red, and then it has, I want to say, some little golden bead things that hang down right here.
Okay.
That and her lips. I kept focusing on that really beautiful red stripe right there. But she's older. She's an older lady. Like she's not 20s. I would say she's 50s or so, maybe 60s. But she just stands there like no expression. Like I don't feel like she's mean. I don't feel like she wants anything bad. She just stands there. She just watches. And so I don't know. So I'm also curious too, because I know that we talked a little bit about before about what drew you over there and what brought, you know what I mean, the things that brought you over there. So I'm curious, since you've been there, do you feel at home there? Like, do you feel like you belong there?
Yeah, I do. Like that's part of the reason why we decided to stay, you know. I feel so comfortable here.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a kid, were you drawn to that culture, to that kind of stuff?
Not really, but I think it's because I didn't really have much exposure.
Gotcha. Okay.
But as a kid, like I always was searching for a culture, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
Yeah. So I ended up more with, because I'm from South Florida, so I ended up more in like a Hispanic culture and like kind of trying to be like my friends who are Hispanic or whatever. But even when I came out here, it's like, okay, don't be that white girl, don't try and like take over everything or whatever. But it just feels, I feel like I should be doing those things. Like since I've been here, it's like I don't know. It's weird. And I don't know how to describe it without being like, oh, you just want to pretend like you're, you know, Japanese or whatever.
Right. So have you gone to any of the temples? Have you experienced any of the things there that they have open to the public?
Yeah, I actually went with my friend to one of the shrines that was pretty close to where we lived, because we moved recently. So I freaked out the whole time only because I was like, I don't want to fuck this up, because there's certain things you have to do. But the one we went to, so there are a lot of caves here in Okinawa, and the one I went to is, not that it matters, but it's Fatema Shrine, and it is like, it has the torii, but I don't think it's painted. And you go up the stairs, and you have like the temple, I guess, like over here. And then if you go to like this side of the building, they have an entrance into this cave. And it was absolutely beautiful. And when you got in there, it was silent, which blew my mind, because even like the further, depending which way you go, and if we went this way, you can see the outside. And mind you, this is like on a main road, like a busy road. So, and it was just quiet. You couldn't hear anything. Like, it was weird. It was that I went to that one and I loved it. Like, I absolutely loved it there. So, they have a couple of other ones I haven't gotten to, but yeah.
Scared the shit out of me. Like, just go outside. I would go to some. I would go to some and experience some of those things, because I have a feeling that you're probably drawn to do those. I mean, not just because of what you just told me, but like inside, like you want to go experience these things. I would go experience some of them. You know what I mean? See if you can. I'm sure by this time you probably have some contacts there where you could find somebody that can help teach you, like, okay, please tell me what it is I should do and I should not do. You know what I mean? Like, and just explain to them, like, I really want to learn and I really would like to see these places, but I want to make sure I'm respectful and that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I don't want to cross any boundaries or upset anybody, you know. Dude, just go outside. Oh, it's Brody. But I have a feeling if going to experience some of those things, you're going to find one of those places.
Yeah.
If not both. If not both.
Yeah.
I almost wouldn't be surprised if you find the lady, because I feel like she was a person, but I don't feel like she is now. So it wouldn't surprise me if you see a painting or something like that of her.
Mm-hmm.
It really wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
So
No, I definitely want to and plan to. Like, I have it mapped out on like Google Maps. I'm like, okay, where are all the shrines? So I know, like, if I have a free day, I'm like, all right, we're going. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I
uh,
absolutely would.
yeah.
I absolutely would. In fact, I would make it a goal to at least try to do one a month or one every couple weeks or something like that.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like these things are very, I don't feel like you need to take a plane to go somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, I feel
Yeah.
like you're there where you are for a reason.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, that's definitely something I can do, even if it's like take a day, take a day for myself. It's, like, unfortunately, like, all of everyone we know has left, because like military or whatever, and we don't have any contacts that I have made um locally. Like, we've lost contact or whatever. So I have 2 kids and 2 girls, and trying to take them places, especially places like that, like, I want to go on my own.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
around, especially a screaming 4-year-old. So yeah.
So does the base have any kind of like outreach program or ambassadors that are there locally or anything? Because I would think they would have to have something to help anybody stationed there experience the culture respectfully. Like a
Um,
liaison. There we go. I couldn't words for a minute. I'm like, I know there's a word. Like a liaison or anything like that.
I don't know. I know they have like a tours program, and because I was looking into that, I was like, maybe I know they do, like, of course, like the battle sites tour and things like that. I'm like, I wonder if they have like a shrine tour or something, but they don't.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I was looking into that last week. I was like, maybe if I just reach out to them and be like, hey, I want to do this,
Yes.
like, do you have suggestions, or somebody who can. So
That's exactly what I would do, because I guarantee you that if they can't do it or they don't have anybody there that does it, they know someone locally that does, because you cannot be the only person that's wanted to do that. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So do you speak Japanese like enough to get by or no?
No,
Okay.
it's just enough for me to say like please and thank you and wait a minute.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would ask them. I would call and ask them like, hey, I would like to experience these things while I'm here, but I want to make sure I do it respectfully. Like, do you guys have anybody that can help me with that? Or do you know somebody locally that can help me with that? And let them know, I'm not fluent, so I need some help. And like Google Translate doesn't always work out. So
Yeah.
I don't want to tell somebody that their donkey fucked their mom, like so, but I would bet that they have some program like that. I would bet they do, or they know
Yeah.
they have contacts, because I know in Germany they do things like that, and I know, in the Middle East they do things like, well, probably not anymore, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and Okinawa's been there for that base and stuff has been there for a long time. South Korea, that was the other one. I know they do it in South Korea too. Like, they have locals that will take, spouses or whatever around. And so, yeah.
No, I'll definitely pursue that, because not only do I want to, like, go and experience, like, I want to hear about the place too. I want to
Mhm.
know what the place is about. So
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
definitely pursue that.
I think it would do your soul a lot of good, and maybe it would allow me to do some readings without
Right.
having to, like, okay, just let me peer around so I can get to the stuff I need to get to. So yeah,
Okay.
I
I will
would
do.
absolutely check into that. So
Okay.
so what are things that I know there were some, I don't remember now, I feel like there was something in your messages that I read over that you wanted to either tell me or talk to me about, and I can't remember for the life of me what those things are.
So
So
I think it was
forgive me.
that's okay. You do a lot. I think it was the last reading when like fuck, what was it about? I don't know, but it revolved around death. And basically for the last like month or maybe longer, a couple months now, I've been more pulled to learning about the underworlds and death and like those kinds of deities and practices and stuff like that. And
See, now I'm like, let me look something up. Go on.
okay.
I finished talking about it. Now it's something just clicked in my head. So
But yeah, and so when you kind of touched on my fear of death, which I have, and
okay.
I'm wondering if like it's changed since being here, because so everywhere there are like these tombs and they're like these beautiful, like we call them mausoleums, and I don't know that that's accurate, but it's like little houses, you know, for
Yeah.
their ancestors. And you feel more comfortable, and also in learning about ancestors and ancestor work, and I'm like, okay, these things aren't bad. It's not like in America where everything is a ghost story and something's out to get you,
Right.
you know. Because that's where I think that's where part of my fear comes from too, is like I'm scared to death of like ghosts, you know.
Okay.
But like when I was a kid, I think my mom always kind of pushed that on us of like she has health issues, and so when we were younger she was like, if I die or when I die or I'm, you know, I had a heart attack, and she had a was it near death experience as well. And so like my whole life I'm like, I'm gonna lose my mom. Like my mom's gonna die, you know, my mom's gonna be gone. And then especially like it was a weird thing, is like I wanted to be away, but like I feel bad being over here because like what if something happens? I'm gonna lose my mom, right?
Right.
Or kind of like trickle on to everybody. It's like, oh, what if something happens to so and so? And then just last week or the week before, the friend that I got this tattoo with, we're no longer friends, right? But I found out that her husband passed away.
Oh
And
my.
so yeah, it was like the week before you did this reading, and I was like, oh my God. And that's like this first like real experience that I had with like grief and death. And like even though we weren't friends anymore, we were friends for a long time. They were important to us. So it was like trying to process it. And then I realized like any so I'm kind of all over the place when it comes to my practice and my methods and shit, right? So I jump around a lot, and half time I know I don't know what I'm doing and I need to like focus. But I looked at all the deities that I've at least been interested in, and like all but two were like death, you know, involved. They weren't like, you know, they involved something, either like being in the underworld or crossing people over or whatever it was. So I'm like, is this important? Like, I don't know.
So I want to show you something
Okay.
because hang on. Pull this up here. Pull you back up here. Because when we were talking, what I wanted, whenever you started talking, it clicked in my head. I'm like, why have you not looked this up? So, because the lady I see is so specific, like so specific. She never changes. And so I'm like, okay. So this right here is almost who I see every time, except she has pieces in her hair right here. So
Hmm. Wow, she's
yeah,
beautiful.
this is who I see. So what's interesting about it is, like that right there caught my eye. That's somebody's rendering of her, but that
Mhm.
caught my eye. She's actually a Buddhist goddess, taken from Lakshmi in Hinduism, and
Mhm.
pulled over. So I see her with these things in her hair. I don't know if you can see my mouse back and forth,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but um
Oh well.
yeah, this is who I see. Like this
That's
right
who.
here is how she presents herself to me. She's always in red. She's always in red, and she always has her hair like this. But she has the things like this on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So what I would find really interesting is if there is a temple with her in it that has that kind of outside.
So I'm gonna have to send you a picture. Um, because I guess would it be best just to send it to the site?
Yeah.
I wonder if I can, because where we moved, there is this statue. It's a Buddha statue, but I was like, that's not Buddha. Who's that?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering, I'm trying to like, crap, where is it? Here it is. And there are more. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the same person or not.
See,
But
now I'm looking to see, like, okay, so is it, I'm cheating,
oh,
and I'm like, all right, Google, like,
do you see the so that I can't like yeah, that's a Tory gate.
so this is pretty close to what I see. Like if you were standing here and you look at it this way and you see these over here,
Mhm.
so maybe they're bigger than I think they are, but they look like this, but they have like 3 candles for some reason, or 3 lights in them. I just equate them to candles. But
Okay.
yeah, this is what I see. But I feel like this here is
Mm-hmm.
up here somewhere. That's why I was looking at some of these different ones. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe it is that I was looking at. Maybe it's just this hanging down the front, but yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty close to it right there, but not. I find it funny that that says it's a power spot.
Yep. Oh, that's wild. I wonder because so there, like you said, where we moved, and I just sent the picture, but that's what I was thinking about when you were talking. But there's no like house, there's no house at the end of the road or whatever. But every day on my way to work, I have to go up this hill, and um, I drive on the left side of the road, and on the right side is it's a hill with this statue at the top and the little you know, graves, mausoleum, headstone things below it. And it's like this statue is overlooking, you know, these spirits, these ancestors. And then even on the left side of the road, there's bigger the tombs, you know.
Okay.
Um when I saw it, it caught my eye so quick because I was like, I have never seen that here before. I've been here almost 5 years. That I don't see it anywhere else. And then there's also uh, like just a little bit down the road from our house is the actual, I guess, shop that sells these tomb houses. And they also have statues of like this woman, and it's like, I don't know if it's variations of the same one that I sent you a picture of, or if it's a different being, you know. So I'm wondering if that's who that statue is of, or if it's
So
just
I'm curious, where is Nara? Because as I was looking at that picture, remember how I said the hill goes straight up from that one temple? But I know that that's not a thing. Look at the picture right there.
Yeah, it goes straight up.
And it's white.
I'm not sure where that might be in the mainland Japan.
See, this is more like what I saw with these right here. I don't know where this is, but this is more like what I saw. It's black back there.
I was like, it also goes straight up.
I'm like, where's this at? Where's it at? Damn it. I just want to see the picture. It just says Tory Gate. It doesn't say where. Fuck you. Like, damn it. Because that's pretty damn close to what I saw. Because if you were standing right here and you looked over, those things they're probably about 3 foot high or so. But yeah.
Yeah.
But that would be black over there. You know what I mean? With those trees.
Yeah.
Why you gotta do me like this? Why you gotta do me like this, Google?
I know.
I have a feeling that it's somewhere right there. Okay, let me see what you sent me. Maybe. Thank you. Shit. Oh, well, hell. It's not even letting me see it. Cool.
Oh.
Let me see if I can go here.
Oh, did it send? Oh, wait, hold on. I'm dumb. I didn't send a message.
That's funny. Okay, there we go.
Maybe it's there now.
There we go. Let me see.
I wonder if I have a picture.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is, and like it like every morning. And so, oh, here we go. These are the, oh, I don't want two. I just want one. Okay. These are the like tombstones that it's overlooking, and it's on this hill. And so I've been trying to figure out more about what it is, because it's really hit something with me. And because there's also
What the fuck?
a castle ruin in behind, I guess, up in that forest. So my plan is to go there because it's close. It's like right outside my house, you know?
So now I'm curious, where was she at? Oh. All right. Well, I was looking to see what she is the goddess of.
Mm-hmm.
Water, music, arts, wisdom, wealth, and fortune. But she's also has traits of a warrior goddess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess there are a lot of there's a lot of things that are dedicated to her, so that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, I would maybe delve down the rabbit hole of her, and I would find out if that is her, if that is a statue of her. I would find out.
No, I definitely will.
Though I could see why you're drawn to that place. I would be as well. Hey, Brody, somebody's at the door. So yeah, I would definitely find out. I would definitely find out what that is, who that is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a feeling that it's important. I mean, it wouldn't, I, yeah. And I wanted to show you those two things I saw, you know, because I was like, okay, that's awful close. And like, if you were standing looking down that one torii gate with the trees, the red one,
Yeah.
it would appear black from the side because I
Right.
like, you can see the gate, but you can't see down it.
Right.
And then those things on the other side were probably about that high, maybe a
Yeah.
little bigger than the 2 foot, but I have a
Okay.
love-hate relationship with my dogs. I swear. I'm like, obviously no one's here. It was probably the mailman or Amazon. Shut up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shut up.
No.
So yeah. Well, girly, I'll let you go and go. Hopefully you get to go back to bed for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to bed for a bit.
And I'm curious. Let me know what you find. Let me know what you find when you kind of have a chance to delve down that rabbit hole.
Okay.
Because I'd be interested. I'd be interested.
I will.
Okay.
I definitely will. I'll send it to the site so you guys
Okay.
can see.
Yes. All right, my dear. We'll go back to bed. Let me stop this.